Hey guys, Steven here, and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review, and today we're going to have a look at the Elephone M1. So well, I've also got the Elephone M2, review will come this week, but the M1 is basically the cheaper version with lower specs, but the look is quite similar. I've got here the golden version from eFogshop.com. As always, there's a link down below in the description, so make sure you check it out. And there's one unboxing on my channel, so if you really want to see what's inside of the box, make sure you check out the unboxing, link is also down below in the description. So now let's get started and let's have a closer look at the Elephone M1. Alright guys, now just very quick what you can find inside of the box. So inside of the box you will find the smartphone itself, then you will find the charger. Now the charger looks way bigger than the old Elephone chargers, also it doesn't get so hot. We have here 5 volts output, 1 amp, so that's a 5 watt charger. Now the charging time, it's over 2.5 hours, so it's not so fast, but the battery is also 2780 milliamp hours, and I can definitely confirm that. So here you can also see the power socket connector, so the correct one for my country in Austria, Europe, and that's really nice, so you don't have to use an adapter. Now here's also a micro USB cable, so there's no USB Type-C, just a normal micro USB cable, absolutely nothing special. Okay guys, this is what you can find inside of the box, and now let's have a closer look at the phone itself and let me tell you something about the specs. Alright ladies and gentlemen, now here's the smartphone and let's have a closer look at the phone itself. So well, the first feeling here in my hands was, yeah, it's actually pretty big. It's 5.5 inches but feels quite huge. You can see here the backside, so this is the golden one, and actually I really like it, so it has really cool style, even though I would prefer the black version. There's a simple reason, because of the black bar here around the display. But the display itself, it's 5.5 inches, HD resolution, looks also very good. So regarding colors and viewing angles, only changes the colors a little bit, but has still great viewing angles. And so far I'm really happy with the display. But well, the black bar around the display, it doesn't give it a really nice look. So this is the golden version, here it looks a little bit strange. On the black version, well, you can barely see them, but on the golden version it looks somehow disgusting. Here at the bottom we have capacitive touch buttons, and they are not really centered here, but also the frame at the bottom here is very small, so actually it feels a bit strange, but the buttons are working good. Just the vibration feedback you get also while typing, it feels a bit crappy because it's very weak and feels like the phone would fall apart, so it's not so nice, but it's okay. Now at the top we have here the front-facing camera, which is only 2 megapixels, actually yeah, very low resolution, and we have here the front-facing LED flash, but I have to say the LED flash is absolutely useless. You will see it later in the tests, and don't buy it because of the LED flash, because really it's very weak and it would only make a difference if you would take a selfie of your eye or whatever, and with a distance of 5 centimeters. Okay, in the middle you have the earpiece, and the call quality on the phone was actually quite good. I had no problems to also understand other people. Then here we have light and proximity sensor on the left side, so this is also working, and well, there is no notification LED, this is the only bad thing. There is no backlight on the capacitive touch buttons, and this really sucks because I'm really used to notification LEDs. But I think it could be possible to mod the front-facing LED flash with some application to some kind of notification LED, just like on the iPhone, where it just flashes when you get a message or whatever. Okay, then let's have a look at the backside. So you can see the backside here, it's made out of metal, but only the middle part. So the bottom part and the top here, it's made out of plastic. One simple reason, the antenna signal. So you don't have any shielding with the plastic caps, and this is very good. So you get a better antenna signal. And actually I prefer a better signal instead of a full metal body. Alright, at the bottom, Elephone mobile logo, blah blah blah, CE certification, Elephone logo here, and the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner is very nice because it supports actually to unlock the phone without pressing the power button, so from off to awake. This is really nice. Here we have one back microphone actually, so this is not a reset button. Then here we have a dual LED flash, so far as I can see this is not dual tone. And here we have the 13 megapixel f2.0 camera. You will later see some camera samples, I'm not so happy with the camera quality, but yeah, it's quite okay. Now the frame is made out of metal and is very stable. So on the left side of the frame we have here the SIM card tray. So you can remove that, and in there you will find 2 SIM card slots. So you can decide if you want to use the dual SIM feature or if you want to use one single micro SIM card and one micro SD card. So you can't have dual SIM and a memory extension, so you really have to decide. But it supports SD cards up to 128 gigabytes. Okay, at the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, nothing else, so just the basics. And here on the right side of the device we have the power button and the volume button. So a single button made out of metal, feels very good to press, and it's also very responsive, so that's something I like. Just a little bit delay when you wake it up, as always, nothing special. And the buttons feel also very good, so they're not sliding around and they're actually quite stiff. Feels good to press. At the bottom we have the micro USB port, so here you can see it in the middle. And yeah, it looks like a dual speaker setup, but nope, the sound is only coming out of the right speaker, so the left speaker is actually just fake, or in there there's the bottom microphone for doing calls. Yeah, the glass, it's 2.5D arc screen, so it's a little bit curved on the edges, gives it a more premium feeling and also looks better in my opinion, but nothing too special. Alright, so that's the phone basically from all sides. We can now have a look at the thickness, and the phone should actually be 8mm thick, and yes, exactly, so this is a little bit less than 8mm actually, so 7.8 or something like that. Alright, regarding the weight, let's put it now on my scale and let's check out how heavy that thing here actually is. Now let's have a closer look at the weight of the smartphone, and there we go. So it's actually a quite huge smartphone with 5.5 inches, but weighs around 163 grams. So regarding China phones with quite big battery, it's actually some okay weight and feels pretty good in my hand. So the weight is for me really okay. Now guys, let's talk a little bit about the battery capacity, and I did a full run from 0 up to 100% and I could measure 2940 for 38 milliamp hours. Now for sure this is before the battery, so before the charging circuit, and for sure we have an efficiency in the phone. So well, if you keep in mind that the efficiency is like 80-90%, and if you calculate that into watt hours, then you will end up with around 2800 to 3000 milliamp hours. So the battery capacity in the Elephone M1 is definitely true, and this will result in a quite nice battery life. And yes, the battery lifetime is really great, so I could measure 9 hours and 40 minutes of battery runtime here in Geekbench 3. You see, this is a battery score of 3186, and this is very good. So I had my SIM card inside, I did receive notifications, display was dimmed okay, but still 9 hours 37 minutes, this is just great. So the battery lifetime on the Elephone M1 is really outstanding. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the phone is now up and running, and let's have a closer look at the UI and everything. So well, this is the Elephone launcher, and as you can see there is no app drawer, so everything is placed on the home screen here in different folders, but for sure this is Android customizable. Just go grab a different launcher, get rid of the Elephone launcher, and yeah, this would be better in my opinion. But first of all I want to get started and have a look at the settings, which should be here, well, I don't know, it's still really confusing, yeah, in here. So settings, let's go all the way down here to about the phone, and here we can see it runs Android version 5.1. So this is really lollipop, but unfortunately 32 bits only, as you will see a little bit later. Alright guys, we have your wireless update, but so far I didn't receive any OTA, so yeah, checking for update, and your system is currently up to date. So there are some bugs in the ROM, but still not fixed. We can have a look at Wi-Fi, so I can show you here my home network. Unfortunately, there is no dual band Wi-Fi. So I've seen cheaper phones with dual band Wi-Fi, but it does not find my 5 GHz network. Also, the Wi-Fi range is not the best, so for sure, yeah, sometimes it finds the network of my neighbor, but I can't get a stable connection. Also, I've tested it around in my house. It's okay, but it's not like on some high-end flagships. Okay, then let's have a closer look at the things here. So in there you also have Bluetooth, but you don't have Hot Not or NFC, so no other data settings. We can have a look here at home, and here you can see you can change the launcher. So by default it's the Elephone launcher, which I do not like so much, but I just wanted to show you it. Here display, and you can see there is mirror vision inside to tweak your display if you want to do that. Here we have storage, and here you can see it comes with one big partition. At least this is something which Elephone does pretty well. So here you can see it comes with a 12.3 GB total space partition, 8 GB available, but I've already installed some apps and games, so you end up with around 10 gigs or 11 gigs of usable memory. That's pretty good. Okay, then here are the battery stats. Now I've shown you the battery stats in Geekbench before, and the battery lifetime is really good. I had no problem to come through the whole day, and this is very nice on the smartphone. Okay, now let's have a look at the apps running in the background to check out the memory consumption. So far, as you already know, this phone comes with 2 GB of RAM. So the ROM itself consumes 500 megabytes, and you still have 1.5 GB of free RAM for apps and games. This is very good. So the optimization here regarding the RAM usage is very nice. And here you can see there are no Chinese apps pre-installed, so this is very good. The ROM is very clean, no Chinese, I don't want to say junk because then other people will say I'm a racist, but let's say bloatware or adware. Okay, then let's have a look here, for instance, at the languages. This is also kind of important. So the phone is multi-language, but not the full Android language pack, but the most important languages are in here, as you can see. So actually quite a lot, but maybe some are missing, so I can't really verify all that. But all the languages you can see here right now are inside of the ROM. Alright guys, and that's regarding the languages, and that's basically it. So we also have the fingerprint scanner on the back side, but there's an application for that, or here under security you will also find fingerprint. So I can quickly show you that one here. And first of all, I have to enter my super safe password 1234, and you can add up to 4 fingerprints. So I'm not really sure why there's a limitation, but I have to say it's really good to add 4 fingerprints of the same finger, because this improves the accuracy a lot. I can now show you how it works, but before we do that, there's a fingerprint app unlock too, and you can unlock your screen. So that's really cool. Now, yeah, let's do it like this. I don't press any button, so I just put my finger on the scanner, and as you can see, it unlocks. And also very accurate, so I can do it from various locations and angles. And oh, sorry, there we go. Let's try it again. And it's unlocked. And let's lock it. Let's put my finger on there, and it's unlocked. So the fingerprint scanner is very accurate. There are people reporting the fingerprint scanner is bad. No, the module is absolutely nice, but you have to use it correctly, register your fingerprint correctly. That means register it at least 2 times and from different positions and different angles, because this improves it a lot. And yeah, the software optimization could be better for sure, so that you have to register one finger like 60 times and then it works better. But well, this is regarding the software, I can't change that. Okay, now here the home screen. As you can see, as always, we have different wallpapers, so it's Android, nothing special to show you here. We have here also the Android status bar with all the notifications, and here the quick toggles. Now the display is now maximum brightness, but I have to say it's really bright and looks very good. We have here Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS is also in there, and data connection. I had no drops regarding the data connection. Regarding GPS, we'll do a GPS test a little bit later, and yeah, the LED flash test, we'll do it a bit later. Alright, so let's go here quickly through the applications, and I would say let's get directly started here with the camera application. And to check out the camera performance, I would say let's go outside, and after that we'll just talk a bit about the camera quality. So guys, we're now here outside in my garden, and let's have a quick look at the camera application of the Elephone M1. So it's the default MTK camera application. On the left side, normal mode, picture-in-picture, panorama, live photo mode, whatever. Here at the bottom we have those hipster filters, you know, Instagram shit, fresh and whatever. And yeah, pretty cool that you have the filters here included. So well, let's have a look here at the settings. Here are the usual settings for manual mode, and here the camera settings. What you can see here that we have in 4:3 a picture size of maximum 13 megapixels. And if we go here to full screen, we also have 13 megapixels, so that's pretty good, but I will capture most of them for testing here in 4:3, and sample pics will be on China devices. Here, video mode, so we have noise reduction, electronic image stabilization. Well, let's just keep it off because it doesn't look really good, it's just electronic image stabilization. And the video quality, if you set it to fine, you will get full HD recording. So that's the preview. Yeah, you see no distortion when we shake the smartphone. Here, the shutter. Okay, a little bit of delay between that, but quite okay. Also, it supports gesture recognition and blah blah blah. We can switch to the front-facing camera right now, and you will see that it's absolutely zoomed in. So I'm sitting here like with my face, I would say 25-30 centimeters away from the smartphone, and I can only get my mouth on the picture, maybe a little bit of my face. So this is totally zoomed in, and in order to get myself on the picture, I have to move really far away. So if you want to take selfies, then this is not really good. We can go here to the settings, and here you will see that we have a picture size of only 2 megapixels in 4:3, and in full screen also 2 megapixels. But Yeah, I have to say, it's not wide angle and it doesn't look good at all. The rear camera takes sometimes some really decent pictures, so nice lens, not the best sensor, but I would say quite average and okay pictures here on the Elephone M1. And don't forget to check out the sample pictures on chinadevices.com. Here's a quick back camera video test on the Elephone M1. And in the beginning of the video there's like 5 seconds of noise, and after that the noise is gone. So it sounds a little bit strange, like the gain of the microphones is way off and then it reduces it somehow. Okay, then let's have a look here at the quality of the rear camera. Now lighting is okay, we don't have so much light, but well, these days here in winter it's not that good anyway. It records in full HD, 30 FPS, H.264 decoding, and we can go here a little bit around so you can check out the image stabilization and how smooth it is. And well, the lighting adjustment works pretty good, as you can see. Also it's quite fast. And yeah, let's have a look at some close-ups. Maybe the flower right over here. Well, really a beautiful day today. And there we go, guys. And yeah, colors here in preview are looking okay, but just check it out on the computer. And here we have, for instance, a really pink rose. And yeah, the macro distance, so where you're able to focus, it's around, I would say, 5 centimeters, which is pretty good. And also the focus here is kind of accurate and really fast. So macros look really nice. Now, yeah, the rest looks okay, probably a little bit blurry, so what I've seen on the computer, and it records in the 3GP format, which is really nothing I like, so I prefer actually smartphones which record in MP4. Okay guys, that's the rear camera quality here on the Elephone M1. Lighting adjustment nice, colors okay, yeah, full HD recording, what should I say more? So guys, using quick front-facing camera test on the Elephone M1, and well, the front-facing camera is not so good. It's really not wide angle, you have to hold it very far away from your body to get yourself in the picture. So if you would like to take selfies with your upper body with the smartphone, then you would have to hold it like over a meter away from you. I'm holding it currently really 80 centimeters away from my body, so a full arm length, and yeah, so I can get myself here like this on the picture. Now check out some things here in the background. At least the picture is not distorted when I move it here around very fast. Lighting adjustment is okay and works. Yeah, the colors, they are looking okay so far as I can see. Red tone of my t-shirt, green tones in the background. Then yeah, let's go quickly here inside to check out the front-facing camera LED flash, if it's worth it or not. But well, as you can see, we're here inside and the LED flash is on and there is absolutely no difference. So you see my hand, for instance, it lights up the hand like here 20 centimeters away from the phone. This is 10 centimeters. And if I'm here completely in the darkness, then you see there's not a huge difference between the LED flash and, oh, let me cover it maybe. Okay, it's too close to the front-facing camera, but I can tell you the front-facing camera LED flash is really useless. So well, this was a quick camera test on the Elephone M1, and well, pictures are looking okay, but sometimes, yeah, they're kind of blurry, as you will see with the sample pictures. Close-ups look really okay, objects in the background, well, kind of blurry. Then sometimes it struggles a bit with the dynamic range, so the exposure is sometimes a bit off. Colors, yeah, colors are looking okay. And the rear camera shoots with an 2.2 aperture and the front-facing camera shoots with an 2.4 aperture, if I'm right. So well, you will find the sample pictures on China devices, so make sure you check them out, because well, the picture quality for me, it's kind of low, below average actually. And yeah, it really depends on whatever you like, so make sure you check them out. Okay, that's regarding the camera. For sure, it also comes with the Google Play Store latest version. You don't have to, yeah, play around with the Google apps, so everything pre-installed, you just have to enter your Google account, and there you go. You can download all the applications, so I had no problem with any application which said incompatible or whatever. Now here you can see some other things, so everything here arranged in different folders. We have here basically management, so the settings, Google, clock for alarms, personalization, so there are different themes for this launcher. And you can download them here from the Elephone store or whatever that is. Honestly, I have to say, I would just change the launcher and not even go with the Elephone launcher, so I'm not using that at all. The next thing here, like social, like Gmail and everything pre-installed, you can also swipe here between the folders. SIM toolkit is always not working, file manager, blah blah blah, nothing interesting in here. YouTube application, here's some other benchmarks I've pre-installed. It also comes with an FM radio, but you have to connect your headset. Quality kind of okay. We have here the fingerprint scanner, and I told you before the fingerprint scanner is very nice. And yeah, that's basically the phone here with the launcher, the UI, settings, status bar. So we checked out almost everything. I would say now let's do a quick speaker test, LED flash test, then maybe some gaming, also benchmarks, and for sure a GPS test. And after all this, you will hear my final conclusion about the smartphone. As always, here's a quick speaker and movie test on YouTube, and there we go. So the maximum quality here is 720p, and yeah, I will also just test here the speaker grids, so to see if it's dual speaker or not. And there we go, let's just hit the play button. And we can now mute here the right speaker grid. As you can see, audio is almost muted. Here on the left side, well, no change. So the speaker is more placed here on the right side, a little bit of audio is coming out of the left side, and you can now listen to the quality. And it's on maximum volume. So regarding the loudness, it's really okay. It could be maybe a little bit louder, but it already distorts a little bit here at maximum volume. So just listen here for yourself. There is not really a lot of bass, and also it's not so clear now at maximum volume, so a little bit of distortion if you just check this out. But well, for a low budget phone, it's actually really okay, but don't expect some super nice speaker like on some other high-end phones or some more expensive phones like on the Lenovo ZUK. Then here's a quick LED flash test. So as you can see, the light's off, and there we go. And the dual LED flash here is really kinda low, as you can see. So I can look into it, it doesn't hurt so much. So also if I try to light up here the desk from around like 25 centimeters above the table, I can just barely light up here the area. So we can just go here to the camera application, and I can show you the front-facing LED flash, and it's really funny. So there we go. Let's just capture here a picture with the rear camera and the LED flash. And there we go. And yeah, for close-ups it's actually okay, so you can check out here the results, but still in the borders and yeah, the corners it's a little bit darker. Then if you check out the front-facing camera, so there we go, let's switch it to the front. And let's turn on the LED flash, and yeah, there we go. So this is with the LED flash, and now let's turn it off, and this is without the LED flash. So I can show you here the difference. So without, it's completely black, and with the LED flash you can barely see here the logo of my camera and some reflections, and the camera is like 20 centimeters away. So the LED flash is really kinda useless. So yeah, it's not useful at all in my opinion, and yeah, it's a nice feature to have it, to show it to other people, but in reality you don't get any advantages.
We're currently here in the normal GPS test application, and GLONASS is supported. That looks really good. We can find a maximum number of 20 satellites which are in view, but currently we use 14, 15, up to 17 satellites. Well, the signal itself, we have a couple of green and yellow bars, which is actually quite good signal, but also a lot of red bars, which means, yeah, kind of low signal or almost losing it. So the signal is really average here in the GPS test application, I would say. And the accuracy right now, it's 40 feet, so a bit more than 10 meters, but you see it goes up with the speed. If I drive faster, also the accuracy range here, so the radius gets higher. Okay, we can have a look now at the Android's GPS test application, and it's right over here, and there we go. Okay, so let's check out the signal here. Sorry. We are connected to 6 out of 6 satellites, but just wait a bit, this will go up a little bit. Yeah, the accuracy doesn't look so good, so we have here a pretty high accuracy range of over 20 meters. Let's drive a little bit faster, and there we go. Yeah, it's fun. 30 meters, something like that, so I would say it's okay. You can see here American satellites, here Russian satellites, so GLONASS is also working. We now have a fully stable 3D fix, and we are connected to 13 out of 13 satellites. And last but not least, here the signal level, which I would also classify here as average signal. Nothing too good, but also nothing bad. So you see sometimes it looks very good, that's why I always drive around, because you see then it's always jumping up and down, and yeah, it's quite average signal. Okay, then here's the real-life navigation test in SideCheck offline navigation, and there we go. So we'll pass the traffic lights, and yeah, GPS navigation is really okay, even though the signal just looked average. We have, yeah, okay weather conditions today, clear blue sky but a little bit cloudy. Then now let's drive here on the right road. You see it still thinks we're here on the main road, but actually we are driving here on the road right to the main road, so here on the right one. I hope you can see that because of the brightness. And yeah, the accuracy is not so good. So you see the accuracy radius, it's something like 20 meters, what you have seen in the GPS test application. And also those roads are like 5 to 10 meters beneath each other. And if I drive now to the right, then let's see how long it takes until it detects that we are on a different road. And there we go. So well, I would say accuracy range, so the radius is 10 meters, 15 meters, and that's okay, but not too accurate. I would say my S6 Edge would have detected that, and there we go. Let's drive a little bit faster. Let's see if it loses the signal. Okay, that looks good. Then now we'll take a different road, so we'll drive to the right, and then I will tell you something about the accuracy. So there we go.
Turn left, then turn right.
So let's drive to the right. Let's see how long it takes to reroute. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Okay, it's a little bit lost. So well, it took around 5 to 6 seconds and around 30 meters until it detected the change. All in all, it's usable for navigation, but it's not accurate like flagship devices you have right now, OnePlus 2 or whatever. But I have to say GPS is usable, and if you know, yeah, the road is in this direction, okay, and if you think a little bit forward, then it shouldn't be a problem at all to use it for navigation, but it's not too accurate.
It's half past.
Oh yeah, so the benchmarks are finished, and now let's have a look at the results. So first of all, Geekbench 3. 615 single core score and 1800 multi-core, well, not so impressive. You can see that the processor, so the SoC, clocks with 1.3 GHz, and the memory, it's 1.9 GB, around the 2 GB. We can have a look here at CPU-C. First of all here, the system on chip, and no, I hate those ads. So the system on chip right over here. Clock speed from 300 up to 1.3 GHz, and that's very good. So there are some MTK 6735 chipsets which only clock with 1 GHz. Here at least 1.3, Mali T720 GPU, but unfortunately, well, this Android version is only 32 bits. Nothing special in here. Here in the system you can see it's Android 5.1 kernel version, but well, no root access, so it's not pre-rooted. Here the temperature of the battery, it's currently 37 degrees after the benchmark, so that's very okay. Here we have the temperatures of the smartphone after the benchmarks, and the maximum temperature was 45 degrees. So it doesn't get hot, that's very good. And yeah, it's a low power chipset and also a massive phone, so yeah, it does not overheat. That's what I can say. Regarding the sensors, we just have the basic sensors, light, proximity and accelerometer, but well, the magnetic sensor is not working at all. Okay, we can have a look here now at the sensor box. So here also the orientation sensor, which does not output any values. Then, for instance, here the magnetic field sensor, 0 microtesla, so this is not working at all. So we have light sensor, accelerometer, proximity sensor, and sound sensor, so the microphone. That's basically it, guys. Now, also I did an Antutu benchmark, and you can see here the results, 26K, so 26.5 actually. And if you check out here the ranking, you can see this is like 60% of the performance of a Galaxy Note 4. Unfortunately, the Android 5.1 ROM, as you can see, it's 32 bits only. The chipset itself, it's a 64-bit chipset, but the kernel, so the ROM here is 32 bits, and this is really bad because actually the chipsets should support 64 bits, especially the 1.3 GHz one, but here the ROM is just 32 bits, so it would be really nice if it could be updated. Alright, here the cameras, well, nothing special in here so far. Alright, that's regarding Antutu benchmark. For sure, here's also a multi-touch test, and you can see it's in 5-point capacitive touchscreen without any ghost touches, so feels also very good. Here we have the MTK engineering mode, and here you can see we have quad band on GSM, then here we have triple band on WCDMA, and on LTE we have 1, 3, 7, 20, and also the band 40. So this phone should work fine in Germany, second slot GSM only. Alright guys, so that's regarding the frequencies, and last but not least I also did a speed test. This is on 3G only, and I've got 13.4 Mbits down, 5 Mbits up, and a very good ping. I had no issues in town with losing 3G or whatever, but I couldn't test 4G LTE because still waiting for my contract, because we're getting a sponsorship with a local provider here to get really the fastest LTE they can provide. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so that were basically the benchmarks, so I will now do a quick gaming test to show you that, but this device is not really meant for gaming. Now regarding gaming on this device, so this device is not really made for gaming. I mean, yes, you can do it, but make sure you don't touch the capacitive touch buttons, because they are so close here to the frame. This sometimes feels a bit uncomfortable, just like here right now. So if you really hold it here on the frame, then it's okay. But well, as you can see, gaming works, so you could even play Asphalt 8, and well, the games won't really freeze, but you will see sometimes some FPS drops, especially if there are many cars around you or many special effects. The same goes for Modern Combat 5, so I can quickly show you here the gameplay. So here's a quick Modern Combat 5 gameplay, and there we go. So you can see it's not 100% smooth, but I would say it's really playable. As you can see, I'm not really good in this game, but yeah, enemies are sometimes lagging a little bit, sometimes FPS drops, but I would say it's really playable. The 1.3 GHz chipset is way better than the 1 GHz chipset, because the 1 GHz chipset is really crappy. Sometimes you have huge lags, and this feels really better. So it's actually unbelievable how 300 MHz can really boost the game. But well, as you can see here in Modern Combat 5, it's okay, it's playable, but could run way better. But for the price of the Elephone, I would say it's a really okay gaming performance. So ladies and gentlemen, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the Elephone M1. So first of all, let's get started with the positive things. It's very cheap, the performance is okay for the price, at least it clocks now with 1.3 GHz. It has great battery lifetime, so you did see the Geekbench test, and this is outstanding. LTE B20 is in there, so LTE works in the most of the countries, good GPS and a nice looking screen. Also, I somehow like the design, even though I prefer the black version because of the black bar. So let's come to the bad things. Now the front LED is totally useless, so better save the money on the front LED because it's absolutely useless. Now there is no gesturing in the ROM, so you can actually not use double tap to wake up or whatever, and this sucks a little bit. USB OTG is not working for some reason. I guess maybe a software problem, because also the Android ROM is just 32 bits, very strange. Then there are some fake sensors inside, so like the magnetic sensor, which is not showing any values. There is no 5 GHz Wi-Fi. The camera as well, they are a little bit below average, so really not the best quality, but yeah, for the price I would say it's okay. And the ROM with the Elephone launcher looks somehow strange. There's also still a stage fright risk, and yeah, it looks like there would be malware in the Elephone launcher, but I will keep you posted on that. So I think it's a wrong, so false positive. Alright, so that are basically all the things. Regarding the 64 bits, yeah, that's really strange that also the 1.3 GHz chipset does not support 64 bits, or at least they should support it, but the ROM is 32 bits only. And actually I've never seen a China phone which got 64 bits after the release, so with a ROM update. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you will be stuck with 32 bits. But well, okay, that are basically the pros and cons. All in all, a nice looking phone, but I prefer the more expensive version, which is the Elephone M2, which you can see in the background. So don't forget to check out ChinaDevices.com, which brings you the latest news, tutorials and everything about China phones, where you can also find the written review. And don't forget to check out eFogShop.com to find the latest price on this and on many other smartphones. So thanks for watching guys, have a nice day and bye bye, see ya!